Before I continue, let's go read the stuff of the Titan quest. There is lots of stuff here. Titan quest, April update. Did you guys see this one? Our next update is nearly ready for release and we have exciting additions for you. Well, we will see. Nearly ready for release. Summons for all classes. The long-awaited and rightly expected summons from the original game are making their return with some totally new additions. Each mastery will be receiving a summon skill at this. Yeah, this is very good. Each mastery receiving a summon skill is very, 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 very awesome. Our design goals are twofold. We want to support both active and passive play styles. Passive play with summons is perhaps more obvious. You simply let the summons do most of the work and support them with something simple from your own character. With active summon play, we are looking to make sure that you can either trigger abilities on your summons or that you can empower via the active use of the summon ability. Players with two summons can, for example, alternate between empowering each and cast their own skills while the effects last and repeat. You will be able to choose your own playstyle and change around what your summons will do exactly via modifiers. Auras and most summons will be treated as sustained skills. Most summons, reserving some energy. This means that they will not need to be in your skill bar at all, making room for other skills. Resummoning will be automatic should your summons be destroyed. I don't like this thing. Resummoning shouldn't be automatic. Maybe we should have the choice when to actually resummon the summons. Anyways, you will have to carefully craft your build to either benefit from this energy reservation or invest into more energy to afford additional abilities, which will require higher levels for multi-summon builds. Okay, Storm Mastery Wisps, let's see. That's it. I think I see only three wisps. Is that skill always 3 wisps? And why 3 specifically? Or is it going to be 1 wisp and you can choose to add more wisps by leveling up the skill? Anyways. Automatic summoning, not a fan. Yeah, me too. I don't like this idea of automatic summoning or resummoning. Storm Mastery Wisps, orbs of energy able to zap enemies with lightning. Violet blasts are part of the package. Okay. We will see whenever that comes out. Warfare Mastery War Banner. It just stands there menacingly, can heal and buff allies and nerf enemies in its aura. It is a summon. Automaton. Wait. Hard-hitting mechanical humanoid with various attachment choices. Fire code, lightning, or shield, each with their own effects. This is going to be... This one here is probably going to be very interesting. Especially the shield option. I don't know why, but I have a very good feeling about this one specifically, Automaton. Core Dweller is coming back, 10-key Rock Golem, slamming enemies into submission, can cast fissures in your place, yes. Can be empowered even more by channeling. Okay. We will see what this one can do. Rogue Mastery Shadow Clone. In Titan Quest 1, Rogue Mastery doesn't have such a thing. But anyways. A temporary copy of you. This is from Dream Mastery. Anyways. Using the same weapon as you. Unlike the others, this summon must be summoned directly, not via a sustained skill. Can teleport onto enemies if using a melee weapon. Okay, we will see how this works as well. But this is inspired by Dream Mastery, because Rogue Mastery in Titan Quest 1 has only the lay trap skill, which is something like a summon. Core Dweller. Oh! This looks very good. This Core Dweller looks actually amazing. And it has a very nice death animation. Very well made. Very, very well made. Hey, Kurpnex, how are you doing? Item update, but they didn't show us the automaton, the war banner, the shadow clone. I guess there should be something new for us to see by playing the game, not everything, spoil everything in videos. We will bring you a large amount of changes when it comes to items. Here we want to highlight a couple of key changes with some juicy examples. New item type talismans. Talismans are an off-head choice for mages that they can use instead of shields. Their guaranteed increase to energy should help a lot of builds. Yeah, okay, so currently you can play mages by using a shield. You can have the option to have a talisman. Yeah, this is something that we have been asking also for in Titan Quest 1, but at least it is coming in Titan Quest 2. Good idea, very good idea. They can also be useful for non-caster characters. Take a look at two examples, Conch of Storms and Crimson Viper, inspired by the artifact in the original Titan Quest. This is Epic Talisman level 50, Cold Lightning Resistance, Energy Regen, summons have increased all speed, +2 capacity to Storm tier 2 active skills, +1 level to Storm passive skills. Yeah, but what does this really mean? +2 capacity to Storm whatever active skills. Does this mean that this +2 can take the capacity level from level 17, which is the maximum, to higher levels? Can we overcap the caps of the capacity of the skills? That would be very interesting, actually, if we could do that. That would be very awesome. It would bring even more build depth. Unless it is only to allow you to unlock more capacity to the active skills without having to spend as many skill points. Very nice art. Crimson Viper Talisman. Weapon poison damage, increased poison damage 62%, very good. +1 capacity to dodge, unlock Bleed Rapture. Wait, what? Unlock Bleed Rapture. Is this Bleed modifier of Rapture skill? I don't even remember if there is a skill called Rapture in the game, but anyways. +1 level to all rogue passive skills. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Nice. Epic rework. Epic should be amongst the most exciting items to find. We know that in the past they often didn't live up to that. This is why for this update we have done a big pass and buffed almost every epic in the game. Take a look at these examples. Trigon's Tail. An example of a weapon that already had an interesting theme, but the effects were cutting it. Trigon's Tail is about dealing poison damage and applying plague on an incapacitated target. Its optimal use was it remains against frozen enemies, but it wasn't viable enough in boss fights and creatures that can easily be capacitated. With the new bonuses to capacity for cold skills, helmet power, and the second weapon damage affix, we want to strengthen the theme while increasing its power quite a bit. Cold damage, poison damage. Unique primary attack has additional chance to apply plug. Cold damage, flat poison damage, cold damage percentage, poison percentage, helmet power, capacity to cold skills. Attacks have an additional percent plague chance against frozen enemies. This remains the same. Wait, attacks have an additional 100% plague chance against frozen enemies. Your primary attack has an additional 100% chance to apply plague when hitting frozen enemies. This says attacks, not primary. So this means that probably all attacks, not only the primary attack. Maybe also other skills that use your weapon to attack with. Probably. Yeah, this sounds very good. For the Perdic Sphere, we wanted to make a strong option for Overload users. The old unique effect didn't add enough benefit for casters, especially. We added a new way of cleansing Overload stacks in the reworked effect, while having a now much more focused base for Overload casters with added capacity to lightning skills and the damage to Overload skills directly. Increased overload skills damage, increased lightning damage 85%, big buff. Energy, flat regen, energy barrier. Yeah, capacity, primary attack has 5 chance to overload, 15% chance to stun for 1 second on hit. Cleanse 10 overload stacks for each enemy stunned by this effect. Okay, this looks more in depth than this one. RP. It was supposed to be a fire weapon for agile characters, but the requirements and stats were conflicting with our attribute system, and the bonuses it had weren't strong enough to incentivize a split of attributes for it. The stats are now more in line for an agile character, and it still deals fire damage. The unique effect lets your fire damage scale with agility and glues that together. So, flat weapon fire damage. Here it is double, actually, flat weapon fire damage. Fire resist, there is no fire resist here. Increase attack speed, cast speed. Fire damage percentage. No fire damage percentage. Energy regen. Classic hit chance, yes. Agility 36, 10% increase speed. Movement skill download cooldown rate increased. And hitting an enemy with your primary attack grants increased movement speed. Gain 0.4% increase fire damage per agility point. Very nice. Yeah, this is much better than this one. Hitting an enemy with your primary attack grants increased movement speed. A bit useless for such a weapon. This makes sense. Other item changes. This is a doll though. While we will have more details when the patch goes live, here are some of the topics the update touches on. We added new powerful affixes that will make the hunt for the perfect rare or master frequent more exciting. This sounds quite interesting. For the perfect rare. Huh. Yeah, rare items need to become more powerful. Maybe. Potions also get a whole bunch of new and more powerful affixes. I've never really liked the potion system in this game. I think it is one of the worst potion systems ever in action RPGs. The more I play the game, the more I dislike it actually. But anyways, I hope that this thing makes it better. Having the option to invest in energy is an important part of most builds. We have added more options to build energy-related stats. Yes. Implicits on staves now work better for what caster characters are aiming to do. Okay, we will see whenever that update comes out, and many other changes. Rate up, and rate down, and rate up, and... So, it looks like they are fixing items, itemization. That's very promising. We are getting the new item type talismans, which replaces shields if we want. It is optional, and we can use it on both spellcasters and non-spellcasters. That's very interesting. It opens up depth possibilities and build possibilities. That's very good. The golem looks awesome. It is going to be very fun to play this core dueler. The wisps could be very fun to play, but I don't know if it will always be 3 wisps or maybe 1, and then you can summon more if you develop the skill even further. And the automaton is going to be very interesting. And very fun to have with you an automaton running around with you, and maybe even have 2 or 3 automatons. Why not? And also the Shadow Clone, which is actually that skill from Dream Mastery coming back, but this time around in Rogue Mastery. Okay. Summons and item updates. Nice. Our next update is nearly ready for a release. Yes. Nearly ready for a release. I guess we will get this new update in April. Now, exactly when in April, nobody knows. But anyways, we will see. Things are looking very good with this update. But I also hope that they will fix those bugs of the game engine, because I cannot play the game currently. I cannot play the game without frame generation on AMD FSR, because it runs at very low FPS, and if I turn it on, it fucks up the graphics altogether, and I cannot even watch the screen. So that bug happened after the latest hotfix update they released. And this is why I'm not making any content now of this game, because I cannot. So guys, how do you think? What do you think about that update and these features? Hello, Santiago. Let's go back to Diablo now.